walking shoes on, so hopefully it won't be too muddy. But as I say, best laid plans and all that. I'm sure that'll be fun. It always is. Morning. Oh, but no, it's an absolutely cracking day today, as always. But oh. We got some good ponies for you this morning. And of course, I'm even sporting my Hawaiian shirt this morning. That's how optimistic I am, given the fact that apparently we're going to have some rain. Apparently. Catho G, good morning to you. Craig, good morning to you. Brozoff, good morning to you. One Angry Pagan, good morning to you. Like I say, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Oh, Phil, good morning to you as well. Dave Walker, good morning to you. Good morning everyone else. Like I say, click on the like button, hit the share button as well. Oh, hang on. I thought we were being followed then. I thought we were being followed. Oh. But yes, it's an absolute corker of a morning. Oh, I think it's already 16 degrees, I think, at the moment, or at least it was last time I checked. Apparently we're going to go up to 22, 23, I think, at least according to the weather here. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice day today. Which is quite good as well, because I'm off to a wedding later this afternoon. So, you know, always good to have, you know, good weather for a wedding. So that will be nice. So at least that's my later today planned. But it is an absolutely amazing day today. So do make sure you get yourselves out and, you know, enjoying it. And like I say, if you can, have your breakfast outside, because my word, it's one of the rare moments, rare days where, you know, you can actually do that. Oh. Yeah, thought processing, well, it was hot yesterday. Yeah, it was hot yesterday. Really hot yesterday. Helen Wilkes, good morning to you as well. I see our new West Yorkshire Mayor talking about bringing trams into Leeds. You know, if you are a resident of Leeds, I think you are pretty much used to the you know, to trams coming to Leeds. So we'll see if this time it actually gets you know, traction, shall we say, because it always gets to the consultation phase, and they're having a big consultation phase about the first two plan routes. And one route is going to be, I think, from I think the White Rose Shopping Centre. That's going to go into the city centre, does a little loop. They're also promising as well a Bradford line, sort of from Bradford to Leeds. Again, that will be great for Bradford, because for like a town the size that it is, city the size that it is incredibly unconnected. You know, Bradford is crying out for, you know, rail infrastructure, road infrastructure. You know, a connection like that to Leeds, I think, would be really beneficial to Bradford as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it actually comes off this time. As Helen says, you know, they've been promising trams for years. But we'll see if it happens this time. We will see if it happens. I mean, again, I keep on talking about super tram very often. You know, super tram is, you know, being taken back into public ownership. There's talks about, of course, re-expanding the network, going out beyond, you know, Sheffield as well, into Rotherham and Barnsley, even into Doncaster potentially. So big things in the works, of course. Will it work? Will it actually get done? Will it be made? Well, time will tell. You know, time will tell, as it always will do. So we'll see what happens this time. But, you know, always be optimistic when you get these types of things. And of course, if you do want this type of infrastructure, if you see like your, you know, your city regional mayor or anything like that, you know, talking about it, get involved. Go talk to them. You know, talk to your councillors, talk to your, you know, MP, etc. Tell them, you know, you want this infrastructure, because otherwise it doesn't get built. But no, I do think that those Leeds trams are very much something that desperately needs building, in many ways, because I think it would be very good for the city. Certainly be very good for Bradford as well. And of course, if you've got that type of line as well, who's to say that then that Leeds line then won't get extended to other places around Leeds? So you might have other lines, like maybe you have, I don't know, a Wakefield line, or you know, whatever. Think of, again, don't know West Yorkshire that well, but you know, other places, you know, those trams could indeed you know, connect to, which would be a big boost to that region. So, you know, we'll see what happens there on that front. So I'm keeping an eye on it, definitely. But like I say, if anyone ever does see or hear anything about it, you know, please do let me know. I know there's a consultation phase currently going on about it, about the proposed lines, proposed routes. So we'll see what happens. You don't have a regional mayor in Devon? Well, you might do soon. You might do soon if the devolution plans go through, because I believe that area is, I think, due one. Hang on, we'll go this way. I think that area is due one under the plans, as far as I'm aware. So you might not have one yet, but you could have one soon. Cathode G, with 3 tram lines in Dublin, no stops, it is on multiple. Again, like I said, I've only been to Dublin once properly, and I've passed through it once as well, on the way to Galway. So again, haven't experienced that tram network. But when I was in Zurich, the trams in Zurich were amazing. They went all over the place in Zurich. And I think it just goes to again show you that, you know, in Europe, they really do take public transport and public transportation seriously. That's why they have such good networks. And I know I'm going to get someone in chat saying, I'm from Germany, my public transport. Well, come to the UK and use our public transport, because honestly, you will really appreciate how good your public transport is once you've experienced the UK public transport system. So, yeah, what is it? The grass is always greener on the other side, you know. You'll appreciate more what you've got once you've seen places where you haven't got it. You know, don't think London is the norm, shall we say, for the UK, because it absolutely isn't. You know, the public transport in London is what the rest of the UK should be like, and what the rest of the cities in the UK should have, but we don't in many cases, which is a real massive shame, and it does a lot of economic damage in many ways. You know, having good transport infrastructure is a key to having a lot of good economic activity. So it is a real shame that, for example, we aren't seeing talks, you know, about reviving HS2, although we know it's not off the table, and we know that they've got to build it sooner or later. It's I think it's just a case of this might be something we see maybe later down the line, but who knows. But I don't want to go off on a HS2 rant. I could spend the entire rest of the walk talking about HS2. Oh. Anyway, back to the chat. Who else have we got? Who else have we got? Dave W, a bit late, but good morning to you. Cavalan, good morning to you as well. Mike Fletcher asking for a friend. Where do I purchase the bandage for my ear? That seems to be all the rage at the moment. My word. Maybe we'll talk about that a bit more, but how can you have, and I say this seriously, how can you have a functioning democracy when your other main political party is like that? That's why I was asking, is there any way back, for the Republican Party, from this nonsense? Otherwise, American democracy, American politics is going to be really out of whack for quite some time if the Republicans cannot find some sensible way back and to restore some sense within their party. Not, of course, the Republicans were always sensible, of course. Maybe we could say the Republicans have been heading this way for quite some time, and I'd agree with that, but is there any way back? Who knows? Like I say, that's why I'd be very interested in speaking to, like I say, one of my American counterparts who maybe might be a Republican or something like that. I think that'd be a very interesting conversation to have. Kevlan, yeah, like button smashed, exactly. So please do remember to click on the like and share button. Gets more people in, gets more people to realise that we are live streaming. I know we are a bit late this morning. Jane Lockwood, good morning to you. The badges are here. Excellent. One Angry Pagan bringing the badges. Love it. Kavalan, it's good here in Edinburgh. Yeah, unless you go to Japan, try the rail network over there. Wow. Yeah, the rail network in Japan is unbelievable. My God, that is like the dream scenario of what we should have. Like, if we could have like half of like the rail network of what Japan has, my word. My word. But again, that's another country that does take public transport very, very seriously. Sarah Davis, good morning to you. Darren Christian, good morning to you. You want that giant XXL bandage? Paul, good morning to you as well. I'm in Kent, just outside London. It's a bad bus service, but not as bad as the north. Yep. And like I say, one of the things in Labour's manifesto and that we've seen the Labour regional mayors bring in is bus services back into local ownership. So that is something I think is going to be very, very interesting as that gets rolled out more. Having those bus services back under local control, I think is going to be a very, very interesting development. Yeah, exactly, Paul. They were the party of Abe Lincoln. Sad, wasn't it? Yeah. When Angry Pagan, America. The worst enemy, America. Yvonne, good morning to you as well. Exactly, yeah. Another weekend without worrying about the Tories. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? I mean, one thing that's worth watching, just to see how big a sea change it is was Starmer's speech to the European conference he held recently at Blenheim Palace. The European, what's it called now? the European political something or whatever it is that Macron came up with it. European political community, I think it was. But yeah, what a speech. Can we just take a few seconds to say what an absolutely fantastic speech that was. Just so refreshing to see, people have said it, adults back in the room. Adults back in the room. Exactly, Kavaland. No more political scandals. What's going on? Honestly, feels absolutely wonderful not to be worrying about the Tories. And after seeing that speech, I am really, really optimistic now about what we can achieve and working with, our European partners over the next couple of years. So I think we've got a lot of really good developments to have. And, the King's Speech, the Brexit bombshell buried in there, the, the Product Safety and Meteorology Bill. Yeah. Promising that we can, making sure that we can either align or diverge from EU standards. And there's a lot of people saying, oh, but they can diverge from EU standards. Well, here's the thing. What have UK companies been saying for years? They want to align with EU standards. So we're going to align far, far more than we diverge, far, far more in so many cases. So that is going to be, I think, very, very, very good for our economy. And as people keep on shouting me whenever I do a video, oh, but you've got to start following. We just passed a bill. Well, there was a bill in the King's Speech that we did. So, yeah. But yeah, the usual people aren't going to be very happy about that, which isn't surprising. Morning. They're obviously not going to be very happy about that at all. Like I say, expect this bill name that you've heard to become, almost a new swear word for the Eurosceptics or the Brexiteers in the next couple of months. So yeah, we'll see what happens on that front, but a lot of exciting stuff I think to look forward to. Hang on, I'm in just a bit of shade again, so I can try and read the comments. This is the problem when you do this on a sunny day. I can't see the screen. I've got to go from shade to shade to try and read the screen. Where were we? Yeah, Cavalan, no major political sandals. Jane Lockwood, yes, please. Bring buses back under local control. In Shepley, we had 2 buses an hour and an hourly train. Sometimes a train, but only a tea time train with gasps. Buses very erratic. Yeah. Yeah, transport in the north, terrible. Absolutely terrible. We desperately need HS2 to help improve that capacity. We need more buses. We need more sort of trams. We need to really look at your sort of transport as a whole and how you have a big integrated network. You can't just look at it as separate things. You need to think about transport as a whole and how does things like HS2, trams, rail and bus services all fit together in a big transport network plan. Charles Stanhope, good morning to you. The Democrats need Gretchen to replace Biden, not Newsom. He is a 2 West Coast candidate. They need a more Midwest candidate. Potentially, like I say, we'll see. The rumor is, bear in mind, this Politico says we might get an announcement on Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Watch out for Sunday, because that's what Politico's saying from their sort of point of view, that announcement's going to come on Sunday. If it does, we'll see what happens, but AOC, I think, as many people have disagreed with her, I think she was bringing up some good points about if you change from Biden, a lot of the support that Biden currently has may not necessarily transfer to another Democratic candidate. It's not guaranteed. So that is something. But again, well worth a watch. You might disagree with her on a lot of stuff, but I do think she brings up a lot of valid points on that. Yeah, Broken News made a video about lack of scandals. Yeah, Catholic G, they're having absolute conniptions over on the Daily Express. Craig, the best sea change guide is looking at the front pages, realizing there has not been any government caused crisis for over a week. Exactly. It has to be Kamala Harris versus Trump if Biden steps down. Yep, probably so. Thank you very much, Cathlo G. Thank you very much for the super chat. And I don't know why it never lets me click the like button for some reason. That's so annoying. But there you go. Cathlo G, thank you very much for the super chat there. Got a new job contract after a month of trying. Well, that is absolutely fantastic news. Absolutely fantastic news, Cathal. Good luck in your new job. I'm job hunting myself at the moment, so I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Looking for a job yourself at the moment is, especially in the UK, is nightmare. Absolutely nightmare. Maybe I'll do a video about it at some point in the future. Absolute nightmare. We are potentially entering the Barnsley Triangle, so watch out. Gillian Hope, good morning to you. Billy Kershaw, no, yeah, good morning to you. Eva Short, yeah, if Trump gets in, expect relationships in the EU to go deeper and at a very faster pace. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If Trump wins, yeah, I think Europe as a whole is going to become a lot more friendlier. A lot more friendlier, that's for sure. Catching up, great shirt. Thank you very much. Kershaw, what the fares? No, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I do keep on threatening on my videos to wear my Hawaiian shirt collection, but I never bring it out. And it's warm enough today to be wearing a shirt like this, because it's just so light, breezy, and it's just honestly wonderful. Love wearing my Hawaiian shirt collection. I expect Biden to drop out. That Obama has said he must now drop out. Yeah, that's the rumours, that Obama is working behind the scenes on that. But like I say, Politico said announcement on Sunday. So we'll see what happens, of course, in that regard. But who knows? Who knows? Here we are, bit of shade. We can read some more chat now, try and catch up with you all. I expect Biden to drop out, must drop out. Yep, congratulations. Yep, hope you find a new job. Yeah, hopefully myself as well. So, but yeah, good luck to Cathlo G for that as well. David Walker, Cruella is now expected to join Reform, according to the iPaper. It's not just that. She has, from what we have been hearing behind the scenes, she has been thoroughly abandoned by all her allies. Yeah, apparently her speech that she gave at that NatCon, the National Conservative Convention in America this year, did not go down well, and she has been thoroughly abandoned by all her allies. So there's even questions now whether she will even run. And if she does decide to put her hat in the ring, it is very much her campaign will be dead on arrival. That she hasn't got a single chance, which, to be honest, very good. But that does mean, as I've said before, I think Kimmy Badenoch is going to win. And that is going to put the Conservatives in an even worse direction. That is for certain. And, well, we've talked about the problems about Kimmy Badenoch. If you want a perfect example, look recently how she talked to Angela Rayner recently this week. Graham brought that up. Not that too long ago. Well, actually, he brought it up last night, actually. So, yeah. Does not surprise me. Does not surprise me, to be honest. Chris Town, tell the Trump the G7 meeting is in Pyongyang, then all the other leaders go elsewhere. Just don't tell Trump. Oh, expect that to happen. Expect that to happen. That if we do have like G7 meetings, that they'll have, you know, God, oh, yeah. I say I think Trump's chances have gone up in potentially winning of this. I still don't think he will win outright. My big worry is that it's a close one. And of course, this all comes down to the independents. And we've all seen that all the polling does show that the independents have been very, very much put off by Trump. So we'll see what happens. But like I say, November, a long time to hold your breath. So don't hold your breath, everyone. Larry the Cat, good morning to you. See, Sal Mariogo of what's going on with shipping for Hawaiian shirts. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I'm an angry pagan. America needs a tough badger as a president. Obviously not Trump. Not sure who comes across as such, though. Yeah, I mean, that's the big question. Who does replace Biden? I think there's a lot of choice. But there was, like I said before, I watched the Majority Report. They were talking about this a lot on Friday. You know, who do you replace? Who do you replace Biden with? There's a lot of choice out there for them. But it's who do you go with? And there's a worry, as like Sam and Emma were discussing on Majority Report yesterday, that there's chance of potentially chaos happening at the conference, and then that also could negatively affect the chances of the candidate, because it might not necessarily be seen, even though they are, you know, selecting another candidate, there is still, you know, that chaos that might be seen because there is no real clear candidate. There's even, you know, stuff about Kamala Harris that maybe they don't want Kamala Harris to run. So we'll see what happens in all this. But it's going to be very interesting. I think Sunday maybe we'll know more. Like I say, Politico is reporting that Biden might step down on Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see. But a lot of big decisions, I think, over the next couple of weeks. But I think if they can't do it this week, I think it's going to be very difficult. You know, Biden's being very stubborn. And a lot of people don't really realize why Biden is being so stubborn. Is in 2016, he wanted to run. You know, in 2016, Biden wanted to be the candidate because he was like, I can beat Donald Trump. I can beat them. But the Democrats didn't go with him. He was told that it wasn't his time, that he shouldn't run. And he has a lot of sour apples about that he thought in 2016 he could have run, he could have beaten Trump. But of course they went with Hillary instead, and he has a lot of sour apples about that. So but a lot of people are thinking that that's why he's being, so stubborn. That, in 2016 he was right, and he now feels again, because Trump is running, he's the only candidate that can beat Trump. So there's all that sort of stubbornness argument that's going on, about him and that. So we'll see. David Walker, don't lose all that campaign money if not Harris. Yep. So they'd have to start again from scratch. But to be honest, I think the donors are, should we say, more than prepared to back financially another candidate. But it's who that candidate is going to be. Yeah, I know about this. Should have allowed in 2016. Yeah. When I go paying, I think Biden sees this a lot as his duty to do it, and that means a lot to him. Yeah. Yeah, Billy Kershaw. Yeah, it's down to funding. The American elections really are very, very much down to funding. It does matter in a lot of those things, but one of the things I've said before, worth bringing up, is the fact that in 3 of the big Republican swing states, the GOP is bankrupt. The GOP is bankrupt in, I think it's Georgia. What are the other 2 now? Can't remember the other 2, but they are bankrupt. They are bankrupt in those key states. I did a video about it a couple of weeks ago, not a couple of weeks ago, but a couple of months ago. I'll have to go back and re-remind myself where. But they are very, very much bankrupt in like 3 key states. That is going to be a big, big impact on the Republican chances in those states. So that is going to be a big negative error for him. But how much so, we'll see. We'll have to see how much a negative that becomes. But we've seen in our own campaign, what that's like and what that exactly happens for on that. But, we saw when CCHQ pulled funding and sort of party party support from candidates, we saw how bad that went for them. So, thank you very much, Cathal OG. Swell's covering for James O'Brien on Tuesday. Yeah, a lot of people are excited about that for some bizarre reason. I think a lot of people are just excited to phone in and just challenge it. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun time. I think there's going to be a lot of fun clips from that. I absolutely do think that, very, very much so. On that. Yeah. Will we see Mark Farage and Truss with bandages on their ears in solidarity with the Great Orange One? Not yet. Not yet, but it would not surprise me if Farage did. I mean, I'll tell you what, there is someone getting annoyed. There is someone getting annoyed about questions being asked of him. Tom, good morning to you. Like I say, good morning to everyone else joining us. If you haven't said good morning in the chat yet, like I say, good morning to you. Like I say, please remember to click the like and share button. And again, links down below to help support the channel. Yeah. Remember those guys when they ranked Bravermans? Oh, that wasn't all too long ago. That was the thing, you know. We've talked a lot before on these walks about, you know, whenever one of these rising stars of the conservatism comes out, they have very, very meteoric falls. Very, very meteoric falls. You know, after they get announced as this is like the next so and so, and you know, their star rises and it just plummets, like Miriam Cates is no longer an MP. Thank God. Thank God for that one. But yeah, this is why, and I urge you, if you want to keep up with, you know, local stuff going on in Clacton, go and follow like local Facebook groups in Clacton, because already quite significantly, many of them are, well, shall we say, voicing their concerns about Farage being elected. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a very good time for a lot of people in Clacton, and they are going to make their voices very, very well heard on that one. Oh yes, Larry the Cat, Emily May has been doing a very good job indeed. Oh, she's been doing an absolute smashing job. Absolute smashing job over there. I mean, what was it, Carrie Lake? Oh my word. That will go down in history as probably one of the quintessential interviews of all time. Will go down in history, that's for sure. Bad Bite, good morning to you. My question is, what is in it for JD as VP? He must have seen what happened to the previous Orange supporters. Again, political opportunist. JD Vance, absolute political opportunist. And you know, as I was saying yesterday on, you know, on the Friday social, he worries me far, far more than Trump. He worries me so much more than Trump. I mean, it is really worrying, like really worrying about what happened, about what might happen to Trump on this one. So let's try going this way this time, because it might be, like I say, quite dry enough that we can attempt this way. If it's not, we will turn back, because like I say, I haven't got my wellies to go through the mud today, but we'll see. Tavaland, is Farage really the type to listen to the person just sit and listen to his constituent problems? No, he's not. He's really not. He's not going to listen to his constituents' problems at all, and that is going to lead to his downfall. Because I always keep on bringing this up, but if you look in the Bradford local newspaper over the years when you know, George Galloway was their MP, countless people would be writing in, like saying how bad an MP, about how bad an MP he really is. Have you read his book? No. I think, what is it called? Hillbilly. What is it? Hillbillyology? Something like that. Oh, hang on. No, we'll not risk it. We'll go back. We'll go back and we'll go the other way. Like I say, I'm not wearing my wellies today, so I'm not going to risk it. Not going to risk it today. But no, maybe I should. Maybe I should see if I can't get a copy of it and read it. But I think I'd only do that if he wins. Like I say, I'm not gonna waste my money on on buying a book of someone who is an unsuccessful VP candidate. That's for sure. Only if he wins, I will get it. Hang on. Clacton Man. Clacton Man, the greatest MP of them all. Here's the thing, it just comes in an empty box. Because no one knows where the MP of a Clacton Man really is. So anyway, or a night. A lot more controversial policies don't even come from Trump. Pence was the major point of antagonism. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of antagonism between, Trump and Pence in some of these things. But in a lot of cases, some people did talk about how he was almost a moderating factor on Trump. How true that was, I don't really know, but that's one of those things where you're like, this is why JD Vance is going to be far, far more worrying, because he is certainly not going to be a moderating factor on Trump. That's for sure. He will be president one day. Yeah, he will probably be a candidate one day. A lot of people have been saying that this week. He is the future of MAGA. He is a future presidential candidate for sure. Absolutely sure on that one. Yeah, or as Americans might say, clack on. Good job for Truss. She has an alibi over the IT outage. Wow. Wow. What an IT outage that was. I have a couple of friends who work in IT, and I think best described in one message when I sent, "How's your day been?" to one of them. And the reply was Armageddon. But we'll see what the cause was. Like I say, they're saying at the moment that it was like a faulty update. And it was that faulty update that caused everything. But we'll find out more, of course, as always, in time. It was Aid Thompson's fault, yeah. Oh. Explains why he wasn't there on yesterday. Oh. He spilt his drink on the internet and it went out. Oh. Anyway, hang on. Let's get through the fence and then I can read your comments for a second. Can't see them at all at the moment, which is annoying. And here we go. Right. let us sneak on through. There we go. Oh, it does tickle when you're wearing shorts and you're walking through long grass. Anyway, yes, where were we? Let's get some comments. Gone. Yeah, DeSantis was the future once too. Well, the thing is, DeSantis was too much like Trump. And the thing is, you can't out-Trump Trump when, the original product is there. Why go for new Trump when you can have classic Trump? Yeah, it wasn't his time to run, really. It was not his time to run. And that's why, really, the reason why he didn't win. I think if Trump hadn't been running, maybe there was a good chance he might have been the nominee. I really do think that. I really do think that. But yeah, JD Vance, absolutely a future presidential candidate. No mistake there. Craig, have you seen how badly the Tories have started behaving in opposition? Kimmy started trying to interrupt Steve Reed. Doesn't surprise me. And she wasn't the only one. Bad behaviour doesn't go well in a minority party. It's not going to go well, I think, at all. And like I say, at that point, it's really up to the speaker to rein them in and to get them done. So, I can see why they re-elected the current speaker, but there's lots of arguments against, of course not, but never mind, they've done it now, so they've made the bed on that. Can't go changing our minds on that now. Jane Lockwood, Trey Crowder, the brilliant bio on JD Vance. They used to be best buddies who used to tell you exactly who he is. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Age Dad's balls did it. Jane Heff, will Europe be much better and much stronger with closer UK relations? Or, to be honest, all of Europe will be better with better, relations. This is what I've been advocating for years. The idea that countries are just going to, have bad relations. Well, unfortunately, we've had a government who's been very, very adamant that it doesn't want good relations. And now we do. Like I say, Starmer's speech at Blenheim Palace was really, really good. Really good. The adults are back, and of course the product safety and meteorology bill. That's really good as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff I think to be excited for on this. I've said before, it does not make any sense politically, strategically, economically to have such bad relations, with Europe, to be acting so antagonistic as we have seen. And I think, as we've said before, that's when you can get stuff done. That's when you can have good, open and good talks with each other on these things. And I think that's what we're going to see now, really. And remember, Europe has been very, very, responding quite good in a lot of ways on this. So there's a lot of good stuff I think to look forward to on that. Craig, yeah, DeSantis just were not very bright, which didn't help. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Billy Crusher, yeah, the patch was supposed to go on the... or a night Lindsay Hoyle couldn't rein Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah. Again, I get the for arguments, I get the against arguments. I think they should have gone with a completely different speaker, but too late to change anything now. Mr. L, the problem with a lot of the wannabe Trumps is their very much lack of toxic charisma, which is part of his appeal. Yeah, that's very true. The Trump personality, the Trump brand, making, politics like a reality TV show. Again, politics is not a reality TV show. But, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. And if you ever speak to an American who is pro-Trump for God knows whatever reason, a lot of people seriously think the good part about him being in is he's entertaining, that he'll, quote, shake things up. And you're like, that's a really bad excuse for being so supportive of Trump on that. Yeah. Larry the Cat, friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Oh, will someone lend me an ear? I said after 2019 that the next 10 years would be very interesting. I didn't realize how interesting it would get. I think we were all saying that. Helen, yeah, Hoyle has smacked down Badenoch in the past. Exactly. I think you're going to see a lot of Badenoch. And the thing is, the non-parliamentary Conservative Party lapping that stuff up, absolutely lapping that stuff up. Craig, Europe is seeing the same things we do with Trump, and having split the UK is like a bleeding wound. They can at least try to patch over and try to stabilize things and ride Trump out. Yep. To confuse the idiots, let's call every EU realignment bill the Farage EU bill. God, I wonder if reform is going to actually introduce any policy or anything like that over the next 2 years. I really do not think he's going to do that. Nigel, Trump is Trump only because he lowered the bar so much. He can't outdo him in his own game by lowering it even more. Yeah, exactly. You need really a Biden who can, or at least someone who can. Oh, bless me. Who can. Oh, bless me indeed. Who can really hold Trump to account, especially during a debate. Otherwise, he will just run wild. That's why he's insisted on these debates, that there's no live fact checker, so they can't pull him up on some of the stuff that he says. There it is, yeah, 5 years to go. I guess the problem is that it's very traditional for the speaker to originate from the opposition party. The risk for Labour changing speakers is you get the Tory party far more radical by taking out. That's very true. But it has to be sort of voted by majority. I think, let's not quibble. Let's not, argue so much. And I think that because he was, like I say, I think there were very few votes against him. He got in, he was voted in by MPs. Because remember, it's all MPs who vote. He was very much voted in by a very large majority. So it will be, he's definitely safe, I think, for quite a while, to be honest. But, if you didn't choose him, we could always come to the question of, well, if you're not going to go with him, who do you choose? You know, who do you choose? Watching America go Trump is very depressing, as watching the UK go with Brexit, but so much more dangerous. Yeah, exactly. You know, and I keep on saying this, but, you know, JD Vance worries me far, far, far more than Trump in the White House. Far, far more. Will Orban keep Hungary in the EU or get thrown out? Orban needs the EU. He knows that more than anyone else. You know, he is pretty much almost in many ways being propped up by the EU, and he knows the damage that would, you know, give to Hungary if they did leave, you know, the EU. So, you know, there is that line for Orban, and that's why we constantly see him, you know, testing that line, testing that boundary. And I think the fact that he's lost a lot of allies recently has I think moderated him in many respects, massively moderated him so in many respects. Morning. So I do think you have seen that moderation come from him because of that, and because he's lost you know, so many allies. I think that's partly almost why he did the whole, you know, peace attempt that we saw recently. But there you go. Hoyle said the backing of the house now. When he stepped down, the likes of we slaps down the backs of Badnock. It'll be far easier when the numbers are in agreement. Yep. Yep. Hungary being fined millions of euros by the day. Yeah. and this is it. How long can he keep that up? You know, Orban is running into, I think, a lot of problems. I think a lot of problems in Hungary. And we've seen increased protests against Orban in Hungary. So I think, yeah, it's another, you know, someone else who time in government is slowly but surely coming to an end. So yeah, I don't think, to be honest, we'll be seeing Viktor Orban around too much longer, because I think he's going to lose. And just as we are seeing, you know, in Poland, all the stuff that, you know, the Peace and Justice Party did when they were in power, really being come after by, you know, Donald Tusk going, well, you guys did this in power. That's a bit, you know, corrupt. So, yes, definitely someone who's, I think, time in power is slowly but surely coming to an end. Definitely so. Yeah. Patrick, I think Sinn Féin will sit in the House of Commons more than Farage. Oh, that's the thing. I think he's barely even been there. I think he's been sworn in, and I think he's barely even been there. I mean, we heard about the incident where he like forced one of the Lib Dem MPs, or was trying to force one of the Lib Dem MPs to out of his seat. And he was like, well, should have got here early. I would not be surprised if you see more of those incidents over the coming years, to be honest. But I still think Farage is not going to end up serving his full term as MP. I really, really do. I honestly, really do. Yeah, I think being entertained is one of the selling points of Nigel Farage. Here's also where I think that Have I Got News For You also does bear a lot to answer for. Yeah, I mean, certainly for Boris Johnson it does. Certainly for Boris Johnson it does. But who knows about for Nigel Farage? But hey, it's our only actually good satirical news programme. Of course, bar The Private Eye, which again I highly encourage people to read if you ever get the chance. It's a very good read. Did you see the More in Common survey done, where at least the first 30 pages were Tories wanted a more moderate leader, which will not happen. Oh yeah, it's not going to happen at all. Like I say, this Kimmy Badenoch is going to be their leader. I'm telling you now, it's going to be Kimmy Badenoch. Chris Brandt speaker. Again, the thing is, if you are speaker, you've almost sort of, in many ways, you abandon a lot of your, many of your MP roles. So you don't want someone like that, who is, I think, a very good MP, or at least shown he's, been a very good MP, not to be, being an MP. So it is a hard decision. It's a really hard decision as to who, could have replaced Hoyle. And I think, everyone will have names as to who they would have liked. But I'm if they want to continue with Hoyle, that's fine. He was voted in by a very large majority. If he has the support of the House in continuing his role, and I think that's really what matters at the end of the day. As long as he's got the support, he can continue on. Should do a video on the More in Common survey. It's rather important. I'll have a look into that then. What good did his peace mission do? Nothing. Gary Arnold, good hello to you. Modi is politically wounded too. That's again, I think, someone who else's time in power is slowly but surely coming to an end as well. With Kemi as leader, Suella will actually jump to reform 100%. I think she will. I think if she loses support, I think absolutely she will jump over to reform. Absolutely. Yeah, Starmer's moves being very stealthy don't make the headlines. Yeah. And sometimes that can be good, Sometimes that can be good, but can also be quite bad as well sometimes, people don't realise, oh, actually, we should probably be, supporting this bill. Yeah, Larry, you don't want your big hitters shackled to a chair. Yep, very true. Yeah. I think Starmer's trying to make politics boring, which is probably a good thing. It is absolutely a very good thing. We need and could do honestly with a period of very, very boring politics. It would be kind of nice. Be very, very kind of nice. Or a bigger question, when will the BBC finally shove Laura Kuenssberg out the airlock? Who knows? Who knows in that one? Yeah, Xi Jinping. Yes, that's what we've been hearing as well, Tom. That's a good point as well. Apparently he's had a heart attack. Again, apparently, but we don't know. But that could be a very interesting sea change if in China, depending who gets elected. Oh, hang on. Train's about to pass over. Yep. So yeah, that could be a very big sea change in politics on that one. I mean, the guy in Iran who recently got elected is a reformer. He's still conservative, but he's considered a lot more progressive. For that type of conservative in Iran. So that could have some significant changes in the direction the political that Iran might go in and the policies that they might pursue over the next couple of years. So we will see what happens in that. I mean, we just had the whole Houthis attacking a Chinese ship after saying, we won't attack your ships, China. But so I think China's going to be putting pressure on Iran, and then we'll see what happens on that one. Chris Town, despite supporting Brexit, some reform, UK voting, Rwanda voting for voting the Rwanda in Wales has been Labour since records began. Chris Brandt's constituency. Good point, but he's standing down as an MP. Yeah, because hasn't he? I think he's got a lot of health problems at the moment, from what I remember. So I say how much longer he might be around, I don't know. Boring is good. Brexit killed my Netflix plan. Yeah, let's all go subscribe to Netflix again. Oh. And that'll cut it now. Oh, there we go. But yes, we're coming to the end of our good morning walk. Like I say, thank you everyone. Please do remember to click the like and share button before we do depart today. But yeah, let's finish off with the Biden question. After all, this was what the stream was titled, and I feel like we barely talked about it. It's difficult. It really is difficult because, like I say, I've watched the OC video. I think she makes a lot of good points about the Biden stuff. I really do. So I encourage you, go watch it. But if they do change, it's who do they change to? Yeah, it's who do they change to then? And we'll probably find out pretty much soon after that. So we'll see what happens. But as always, thank you very much, folks, for joining me this morning on today's Good Morning Walk. It's been absolutely a cracking day today. It was apparently meant to rain, but no rain has been forthcoming, so that's lucky. But other than that, like I say, thank you very much for joining me, everyone, today. It's been absolutely amazing good morning walk as always. Do remember to hit the like and share button, leave a comment as well after as well. That helps with all the stuff on that front. Stuff down below as well, the Patreon page, the buy me coffee link, etc. You know the drill by now. And of course, as always, we'll see you all next Saturday for another good morning walk. Who knows, maybe we'll finally be talking about what happened with Biden on this. Will he be gone, will he be going, or will he have gone? We'll find out probably. Like I say, Sunday apparently is when we're meant to be getting something, apparently, according to Politico. Morning. So we'll see what happens on that front. But nope. But yes, have an absolutely fantastic day. As always, if you can't be safe, be sensible. Do go out and enjoy yourself. Like I say, do remember to protect yourself from the sun, sunscreen, etc. Drink lots of water, keep yourself hydrated. I'm going to a wedding later, which I think will be quite fun. And of course, as always, like I say, we'll see you all next time on the Good Morning Walk. So until then, we'll see you all very soon.